Hey folks, Larry's here. Today video is Aurora Ipsilon versus the Monteverde Invincia. Are you ready? Let's do some comparisons and see what you think. First of all, these are a couple years older, the pins are, okay? So, let's focus on the pins. This pin on the Aurora is resin with gold trim. Pull-off cap, steel, fine nib, and it's a cartridge converter. And it writes extremely nice. It's a fine nib, and if you keep up with my channel, I'm really not into much to fine nibs, but on some pins I do, and this Aurora is just a really nice writer. This Aurora measures in at 5.38 inches, and the weight of it is 22 G's. Fine nib, like I said, resin with a steel nib. Cartridge converter. It is postable. Trimmed with gold. Gold-plated, I would assume. And the cap is a snap-off cap. Now let's go to the Monteverde. Beautiful fountain pen. Invincia. The length of the pen is 5.37 inches. The weight is 40 G's. It's got a medium nib, and I'll show you in a second. It's lacquered metal. Also cartridge converter as well. It also is postable, and it has the black trim, and it's a screw-on cap with a mighty beautiful black steel medium nib. Both nibs on these pens are really nice nibs. They both write very smoothly. There's no skipping with the ink, no hesitations. You get a good, nice, clean write with these pens. Unscrew the barrel, just to show some people that may not know. Here's the Monteverde with a converter, and this converter screws on and off. I like that. A beautiful pen, beautiful nib, a nice size grip. And I've got other Monteverdes and Invincias with different colors. You might can find these on eBay. And here's the Aurora Ipsilon. Really a nice fountain pen. And here is their converter. And this is a pull-off, push-in converter. Nice size grip. Really a nice, good-looking fountain pen. And we'll match them up with both pins posted. Okay? Okay, we'll screw that there. And we'll post this one. And then the Monteverde will be a bit longer because it has a much bigger nib. So which would be your flavor? The black with the gold plated trim, or the beautiful blue with the black barrel with the black trim? I really like that black clip on this Monteverde. It looks sharp. Now, let's do some writing. I'll use the Birmingham Tomo River paper. $52 G's. And here we go with the Monteverde. Trying to hold this paper down. This has a medium steel nib. Okay. Just trying to get this paper to go down. Nice and wet nib, as you see here. Really sweet. I like that in a pen. Some people don't care for a wet pen like this, but I do. Now, and this pen's almost out of ink. Really a nice writer. And what I want to do is show you the different line variation between the Aurora fine nib and the Monteverde medium nib. This is almost out of ink as well. You get a much broader line variation than you do with a fine nib. Of course, all you pros out there know about this, but people that are just coming into the fountain pen world, this is how a fine nib would look against a medium nib. That's really important when you're choosing the size nib that you want to use. But sometimes we're not really sure what size nib we want. Maybe that fine nib may not be just that width that you want, so you may want to try that medium nib. Well, it would be one or the other, or you may not like the Aurora or the Monteverde. So there are just a variety of pens to choose from. I think one of the most important parts is to find out what nib you like to use and go from there. That's why I always recommend going with a Jinhao. This is a 450. It has a Jinhao nib, medium nib, a number 6 nib that you can change out, friction fit, and you can stick another number 6 nib in there. And you can explore the different nibs. Fine, medium, if that's what you like, broad, 1.1, 1.5, and so on. And, you know, I think that's probably one of the most reasonable ways to find out what nib is going to be that right choice for you. Now, for me, I prefer the medium nib on the Monteverde. I prefer the Monteverde over the Aurora. There's nothing wrong with the Aurora Ipsilon. It's a nice pen. I just like this pen as it's got more girth to it. Feels a little bit bigger than the Aurora's, a little bit more slender down in the barrel, where the Monteverde has a little bit more girth than the Aurora. I like the way the black trim goes against that blue beautiful cap color. But, you know, for those who like black, this would be a nice pick on any pen. And, you know, like I said, the fine nib is not a bad nib on it, and I'm kind of starting to like it a lot. But medium nib is mine favorite. And then I think another favorite of mine would be the 1.1 nib. That's a pretty cool nib. So, if you're in the market of finding the fountain pen that you want to use, you might also want to think about a serious thought, the nib. I know some people that have bought fountain pens that wish they never bought them because they don't like the way they write. So the reason why they don't like the way they write is because they either didn't like the medium nib or they didn't like a fine nib. So you don't have to start with a Gen Hao by no means. If you already know what size nib you want, then you got to figure out what type pen you want. So I thought I'd show you these two pens, the Aurora versus the Monteverde. Both good pens. Again, these are the older models, about a couple of years old. The pens, I think, maybe the Aurora runs, the new Aurora Ipsilon runs about 120 for a steel nib. And the Monteverde Invincia, probably, I don't know, about 80 bucks maybe. I'm not sure on that. But anyway, I thought I'd bring this to your attention and show you some choices between the pens. What I like about both pens is they use both cartridge or converter. I like that about them. They both post. I like that as well. They both have a nice look to them. They both feel good. So for me, it was all about the nib and the size of that barrel that makes this, for me, more of a favorite than the Aurora. But again, the Aurora is a decent fountain pen. All right, folks, that's going to wind it up. Hey, thanks for joining me on Larry's Fountain Pen. If you haven't subscribed to that channel of mine, and don't forget to hit the button. Ding! See you guys later. Be safe. Peace.